transmission.
Two gay men took off their clothes, climbed a tree, and engaged in lewd sex acts for 4 hours in the tree before hundreds of onlookers.
We are controlling transmission.
Vulva is what girls have down below.
Your breasts grow firm and blossom under their canopy of fragrant silken skin. Feel your breasts swell. Feel them grow firm as they blossom to their natural limit. Feel the sensation.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
KDK's Lunatic Fringe.
All systems go. Prepare for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure in the amazing year 400 billion.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to KDK's Lunatic Fringe. I am KDK, and I'm in good spirits tonight, and I expect to do a decent program, so I hope everybody will stick around tonight. I'll have some drama in which I tear somebody a new asshole, and I'm going to do it so well that I'm not even going to give you his name. I'm just going to do it because it'll make me personally feel better. I have a bunch of new prank calls that I can play, stuff that I posted on the site, stuff that I've been meaning to play on the air that I haven't gotten to yet, but most importantly, hold on while I get a sip of beer here. We're going to be making live prank calls after I get a couple more beers in me. It won't take long. And if you have ideas for prank calls, what you need to do is go to the chat room at kdkprankcalls.com. Or, if you're an IRC user, the address is irc.centralchat.net. Click on there, and, you know, the room is KDK. I'm really out of it, man. This whole Wild Bunch thing sucks because I always start the program before I bring them in, and then the Wild Bunch people never get to hear the intro, and all of a sudden it's just this idiot talking and drinking beer and burping and shit, and nobody knows what's going on because they didn't hear the intro. Because I'm like the only buddy who I'm the only body who likes to start the program on time. Because let's face it, I've been waiting in the chat room like an hour for me to start the stupid thing. Anyway, hopefully we'll have some fun tonight. I tried to get an 800 number for you guys so that you guys could call in, but we weren't able to do it. Anyway, some other night, some other time, we'll get an 800 number so that I can interact with you people better. Because all we ever get is like the same people who always call because they're part of the inner circle and they have the number. But unfortunately, I can't give out my home phone number on the air, or I'd have little Lucy kids calling me all night. And that wouldn't be any fun for anybody. Anyway, I'm going to go clear my throat and drink a beer, and I'm going to be right back. Let's listen to a prank.
Mr. Lazarus?
Who's this?
This is Maurice. I live at number 108.
108 what?
It's a secret. But it's very important that I speak to you right now. I have to tell you this information before anything happens to me. Are you there?
Who's this? What's your name?
My name is Awilda, and I ran out of medication.
Well, I'm afraid you got the wrong number.
Bagmania. Is that how you say it? Can you correct me? I'll guess and you can tell me if I get it right?
Who exactly am I speaking to? That's what I'd like to know.
This is... I told you already. You're trying to play games with me.
Now,
My
explain
name
what...
is Awilda. I know it sounds weird, but it's a real name.
Right. Right.
And you're the chosen one.
Really?
So I'm contacting you and I'm awaiting your orders.
Waiting my orders for what?
For your plan.
For my what?
Your plan.
Is that right? Plan to what?
You told me not to talk about it in public.
Is that so? So why don't you speak about it in public?
The vampire parasites.
Oh, I see.
Now you remember?
I somewhat think so, you know that?
And I'm back. And that was a prank call that we did a couple weeks ago on the air here where I called up a guy and I had no idea what I was going to say. And I just decided to try to do like a creepy, weird guy. And it came out, I thought it came out kind of funny. And the guy seemed like a little weirded out by it. So then I called in Sean Ward and he called the same guy back asking about the same plan with the vampire parasite.
Mania.
Yeah.
The 7 years is almost up.
Really?
Vampire alien is going to hatch.
That's right.
Right.
What do you plan to do about that?
Well, that's what I was calling to ask you.
No.
What's the plan? We await your orders, sire.
I tell you what, why don't you jump out the window or something? See if you can
That's
fly.
not going to put the plan any more forward.
Sure. I figure you...
Plan is moving, sire.
I figure you can fly if you jump out the window, you know?
Sire, the vampire parasite is moving. Sire. It's moving. It hatches in 7 years, and 7 years is almost up, sire.
Good. So, fly...
Is it gonna come out of your belly today?
Oh, it might come into your mother belly. What do you think?
My mother's belly, my mother. We await your orders, sire.
Good. Well, you know what my orders is? Why don't you jump out the window, or, you know...
What's your orders, sire? What's seriously your orders?
You have two choices, right?
I'll make a sacrifice to you, Lord Vegmania.
You jump out the window or hang yourself, and that'd be a great sacrifice.
Hang myself in. Should I wear the good shoes, the Sunday shoes, sire?
Which one you desire, sire?
What shoes do you want me to wear?
Which one you want to wear?
Maybe the black ones, sire.
Go right ahead.
Because it's time.
Go right ahead.
The plan is being put into action, sire.
Right.
You are the leader.
You got it? Yeah.
You are the leader.
Uh-huh. Right.
You are the leader.
I'm the leader. I'm telling you to jump out the window. You're going to be safe.
You are the leader.
Try to stop a car. How's that?
It's Saturday today.
Is that right?
That means it's time. You are our leader.
Right.
You are the great one. You are the chosen one.
That's right.
Chosen by the vampire aliens themselves, who observe from up in the sky aboard the command ship.
Oh.
You are our leader, chosen by the High Commander.
I'm supposed you miss Haley Comet, huh?
And the comet comes and goes,
Yeah,
but leader is forever.
You miss a comet. How come?
Because the comet comes and goes, but leader is forever. Lead us, sire, lead us!
Yeah, where you want me to lead you to?
Give us our orders!
Go ahead.
Go ahead!
And jump out the window.
And jump out the
enough of that. And we're back. And I'm trying to get my energy up because oh, man. I feel gypped. I just took a beer out of my case, and it's dented, and it's half full. There was a leaky beer in my case. I want a refund. It's still sealed, and it's half full. Maybe I'll have to call up a liquor store and complain. And I'm looking, there's like a little razor slice in it. So it's like all rancid beer. I ought to like say I drank it. I'll save that for evidence. Let me try another one. Now I'm afraid to drink my beer. I can't even have the simple pleasures in life. This one looks okay. But anyway, like I'm saying, I'm trying to get my energy up because I've been up and I had to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I've been up all day, and I tried to take a nap, couldn't fall asleep. And instead I went out and got beer and phone cards so that we can do the show tonight. And I'm trying to get my energy up, but beer is a downer, and I'm also smoking weed, so that's another downer. And I probably should have foreseen this and taken some sort of stimulant. Anyway, let's see what the people are saying. If anybody wants to write into me, the name is PCU Live on AIM. PCULIVE on AIM if you have a comment about the program. But if you're going to be stupid, I'm going to block you. So, oof. Anyway, speaking of which, Gabba Gabba Hey says Limecat is not pleased. I have no idea who Limecat is, but he can go stick a dick up his ass. Lou Botter. Anyway, a Lou person is requesting Iron Maiden, and unfortunately, they haven't been cool in like 25 years. So I don't have any Iron Maiden, and we don't play a whole lot of music on this program anyway. This is more of a talk program. You hear, I don't even play music in the background. That's why we get so few listeners here anyway. Actually, we have close to 100 people listening, so that's pretty good. Maybe you should use one of those Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboards for your prank calls. Nope, I'm not set up to do soundboard prank calls on the air, and nor do I like doing them. That stuff is kids play. That's for beginners, doing soundboard stuff. That's how you start out when you learn how to record your shit and stuff, and then you move on to being able to be spontaneously funny. Somebody's asking me where you're from. I'm from everywhere. I'm from the Lunatic Fringe. Hello from AU, just came across your station on iTunes. I don't believe you. Play some Rectal Flats for my wife Bethany. I think we're gonna have some fun tonight with these Lucy people because we got a shit ton of new listeners tonight, even though we only have 38 people listening on PCU, which is a major bummer and a huge downer because I thought the show has been pretty strong for the past couple weeks. We got 49 people on Wild Bunch. That's the first time that's ever happened before. We got more people on Wild Bunch than on the other server, but welcome. We got all these new gamers from the GameFAQs forums and Lucy people, so I have to be nice to them. I want to give a shout-out to my friend Jareth, who was shot and killed last night. He was supposed to host the Lou radio show, but was tragically killed by the KDK. Not by the KDK, by the KKK. Because I'm KDK, and I didn't kill anybody. Even though I often have dreams about having killed people. As far as I know, I haven't yet. Somebody's asking me if I'll take calls, and no, I don't accept calls. Unfortunately, I'll work on it for the future. And Lord Seatar is requesting some Green Day, which I do have, because Green Day rocks. So, if I remember, I'll play some Green Day later. Somebody is writing to me about Pirates vs. Ninjas. Don't care. You suck says there are too many Arnold prank calls and it's getting lame, real lame. Yes, you're absolutely right. That's why I don't do them. Anyway, I need to check in the chat room and see what people are saying because we have numbers coming in for people for us to prank call here. We have Harry Bush, Tommy Tush, Vel Lade, Bernadette Tramp, Catherine Hussey, Lois Tits, Norman Pansy, Antonio Pansy, and Aquila Poindexter. Aquila Poindexter. Mulville says, yo, KDK, call this kid Trevor. He's as dumb as nails. Just play around with his he also bought some shrooms. So this guy might be shrooming right now if I call him. I don't want to give anybody a bad trip. Neo has numbers coming in for Sid Skank, Movita Sucky, Slowermere Sucky Nick, Nadega Prisakar, Algis something, and Jeanette something. You know. Robot stole my mother. Are you badass enough to rescue her? That's a good one. Could you please... People are bombarding me with IMs. That's what I'm reading here. Don't make me close the AIM, people, because I like to be able to interact with you, you know? Otherwise, you're going to have to go to the chat room, and we have people there to hopefully restore order when you go there trying to spam and shit. Could you play some drone doom metal? I have no idea whatever that means. Somebody's telling me I might want to get on IRC. Ugh. Does that mean people are attacking the chat room? Do you want a Lou account, says somebody. Sure, I don't know what it is, but send me an email to explain what it is and give me one. Call someone and say you're the mom, and then say you're dying, and then it's already not funny. It's not funny. People die, it's not funny. I watched this video the other day of a kid. He's with his friends, he's 14 years old, he's riding in the back of his car, and apparently another one of his younger friends is riding by the car on a bicycle. So he thinks, I'm going to be smart, I'm going to open up the passenger side, driver's side door, or the driver's side passenger door, and I'm going to try to knock the kid off the bike with it. Except he failed to notice that there was a parked car in the way that the car was going to swerve from. So the car swerves and he falls out of the car. But on his way to the ground, which would have hurt badly enough just falling out of a moving car going 30 miles an hour, this kid smashes face first into the bumper of a parked car. And everybody says that the kid is dead, the kid is alive, the kid is dead. Nobody knows if the kid is alive or dead. But personally, I'd like to believe that he's alive because then it makes me feel so much less evil for having laughed about it. You know, I love videos of people doing stupid shit and hurting themselves inadvertently, but not when they hurt themselves to the point where I'm wondering whether they are still alive or not. Run, clock spider is going to eat you. You are using weed. I'm calling the police. I dream about putting Captain Planet's dick in my mouth. Is this normal? Absolutely. Everybody has dreams like that sooner or later. Get on IRC. We're watching you there. Lou will crash your aim. He's a crazy drunk. Somebody's talking about me, apparently. Cock spider. Okay, I'm going to close the aim. Unfortunately, there you go. Because people don't know how to play nice and post irrelevant shit in moderation. Now let me go into the chat room and see what's happening. We have 23 people in the chat room, and we have people running bots and hopefully keeping order. Pezboy says his friend called him, and he called when it was sleep. Oh, Pezboy wants me to get revenge on somebody because he woke him up. That's right, I closed out the AIM, you bastards. I like AIM to be a part of the program, but, you know, the Nushi people, they're all 12 years old. They're all like little hyper kids like I was at that age, and they think it's funny that people are complaining. Lucy is watching. Uh-oh. Mr. Satan, take care of the Lucy people. Little Evil Neo, make sure you take care of the Lucy people if they don't want to step in line and behave with us. This is a very juvenile program, as I'm sure you can tell, even though the host is old enough to be your father, Lucy people. That's right, I'm going to be 34 years old in 2 weeks. Which reminds me, no show in 2 weeks. Or maybe, but it'll be so liquored up that neither one of us will remember it. Speaking of which, let me take a sip of beer here. I'm going to play some music in the background while I drink some beer because I've been talking too much and I'm not drinking my beer. Well, this is gay, but we'll deal. So I can drink a beer here. By the way, if you're listening to us on PCU, remember, tune over to www.wildbunchradio.com to listen in stereo, like you ought to be. And I'm back. I'm wondering where all the Lou people are, because normally they hang out and they listen to everything on Wild Bunch Radio, and then I come on and everybody tunes out. Do I suck that bad? I thought all the kids would love this program because I'm such an irresponsible douchebag who's just going to be prank calling people at fucking 11, 12 o'clock at night. Anyway, I'm going to ignore all the drama for the next half hour while I get into my drama. I have a story to tell that I'd like you all to hear. I have a story of a hater. Yes, he's a hater. Actually, the person that I'm talking about is a person that I met one night when I was just minding my own business, and I went into the Ventrilo rooms at wildbunchradio.com. And this person that we will refer to as Dick Measley. That's right. His name is Dick Measly because he's a measly little dick sore. He's a measly little herpes sore on my dick. Actually, no, I don't have herpes, but that is what his human equivalent would be. He's a human penile herpes sore named Dick Measly. And I went into the Wild Bunch chat room, as I'm often wont to do. I hang out in there. You guys ought to hang out every once in a while. Maybe you'll see me in there if you're very, very lucky. And this person right off the bat is just picking a fight with me out of the blue, claiming that I got punked by Rich Voss. Everybody who doesn't know, Rich Voss is a very good comedian who was on Last Comic Standing seasons 1 and 3, and he used to be on Opie and Anthony radio show. He's a pretty famous and popular guy. And one of our listeners, Monkey Rich, I believe it was, from AtlanticDimensions.com, sent in the phone number for him. Thought I could have some fun with him. And I did, and I called him on the air, and I ended up getting him on his cell phone right after he had gotten off stage of doing his comedy set. And he happened to be on tour with Corey Kahaney, who was also from Last Comic Standing. So I did the prank call, and apparently this Dick Measly had a wild hair up his ass because he felt that I was disrespectful to Rich Voss or something. So he's talking about how Rich Voss owned me and made me his bitch. And I said, I remember that call, and me and Rich actually made it off quite well, and he liked me, and he got off the phone, put Corey on, and then came back because he was having fun with us. But, Dick, being the dick that he is, just wants to carry on, just trying to stir up shit. Whenever you're an uninteresting person, just pick fights with people who are more interesting, hoping they'll pay attention to you. So I'm going to play that prank call, the one that I did to Rich Voss, just because it's where our story begins. Too bad I don't have any story beginning music, otherwise I would play it for you. But this is the classic prank call that I did on KDK's Lunatic Fringe, probably about a year and a half, probably close to 2 years ago, a long time ago on this show. And I'll be right back afterwards to continue with my tirade against Dick Measly. And if people know who Dick Measly is, feel free to go into the chat room and say who it is. But just please don't give out his URL, because he's a prick and he doesn't deserve the hits. Because we got more people listening than he gets to his site in a week.
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Mr. Voss.
Speaking?
How you doing, sir?
It would have to be Mr. Voss if you called his fucking phone, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, yes, of course. But I don't know, maybe somebody gave me a bum number or something like that. So how you doing, you old butt-munching big fucker?
Slow it down. If you're going to call me a name, don't do it in stutter. Slow it down. Do that one again.
Butt-fucking big fucker. No. Butt-sucking big sucker. That's what I mean. No, butt-sucking big fucker.
What? Get it together.
Well, I'm nervous. It's not often I get to speak to celebrities.
Who's this?
I don't get out much.
Who is it?
Well, you don't know me, but my name is KDK, and I host an internet radio show where we get phone numbers from people from all over the country, and we prank them live on the air. So I was going to fuck with you a little, but I actually admire your work. So I didn't want to, be mean and, nasty to you.
So it wouldn't have worked.
No, you wouldn't have gotten pissed off at me?
Well, I would have fucking turned it around and made you look bad.
See, now there, I don't see where Dick Measly sees that this call is a fight between Rich Voss and I, because he seems to be having fun, and I've already shown him the proper respect by saying that I don't want to fuck with him because I like the guy. To be honest with you, I didn't believe I was going to get Rich Voss. I thought it was going to be somebody named Rich Voss, not the real guy. And then I said, hello, and I did it in the Joe voice before I even realized whether it was the right guy or not. And then he says a couple sentences, and I'm really realizing, wow, that really is Rich Voss. And then, I apologize, and we continue on from there.
Oh, no, I should, hang up and call back so we can do that.
And I should probably apologize about the audio, because I'm not sure where to find this call on my hard drive. So I went to my website, the bulletin boards from my website, where you can find this prank call, among other many other fine prank calls. This one is buried in the bulletin board under the prank call section, because I was afraid Rich Voss would sue me if I put it on the real site.
I don't know. I've been doing this for a while. I'm pretty good at the prank call thing.
How'd you get my number?
Like I said, one of our listeners just somehow knew your number or found it out somehow.
Was it a girl?
No, it was a guy. He sent me two numbers, the 2928 number and then this one.
Oh. Oh, well. Well, go after somebody else. Get Norton or Patrice or somebody.
Who?
Get Norton.
Who's that? Is there somebody who wants to prank?
No.
Now, this is where I fucked it up, because he's telling me to call Jim Norton. If I had been thinking and hadn't been drunk and stoned and fucked up, I would have gotten Jim Norton's number with him and kept Rich on the line and clicked over and called him and then pranked him. We could have both pranked him, but, you know. I've tried that Rich Boss number since then, and it doesn't work anymore because he has a different cell phone. Unfortunately.
I'm too tired. I'm in 6 hours space, man. I'm exhausted.
Oh, how'd it go tonight?
Good, real good. But I'm really tired. I did 2 shows, so I'm fucking fried.
Okay, well, I don't want to piss you off anymore. Is there anybody you want us to harass? Just, give us I'll, take you off the air. You can give us a number and we'll fuck with them.
I'm on the air right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, don't worry. There's only 500 people listening on the internet.
I know that. You're on internet radio on Saturday night. Who the fuck do you think is listening to us but a bunch of geeks or people that aren't getting fucking laid? Here, you want to...
There you go. Not to offend anybody who's listening right now, but you're all geeks and people who aren't getting fucking laid, according to Rich Voss. Well, I guess I'm one of the people that's not getting laid. Honey, am I going to get laid tonight? Ooh, a maybe. A maybe is as good as a yes in my book.
Corey, do you know Corey?
From where?
No.
From Last Comic Standing?
Yeah.
Sure, put her on.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What are you doing, prank calls?
Why are you going to be all mean to me? Yeah, what a cock monkey.
Because he's Rich Voss.
Yeah, I guess.
Known for being cuddly and,
well, sort of. He's like the gruff but lovable guy.
Well, you know, he's the gruff, but, you know, yeah.
And the voice you're hearing is Corey Kahaney, another famous comedian from Last Comic Standing Season 1. And Ron, Rising Friendship, popping in there for a second. I forgot that Ron was on the line while I was doing this call. And I got to hand it to Ron and say thank you for being quiet during it, because a lot of times while you're trying to get your mojo working with a prank call, you get people jumping in because they want to get their voice in there, especially if you got a celebrity on the line because they want to be able to talk to them and be able to say that they talk to them.
He's a hypochondriac, you know.
How you doing, Corey? You're a little howdy,
a lot
too.
of issues. How am I doing? I'm on the road with Rich Voss.
I guess that's pretty good. Yeah, I guess it's pretty good.
It's a living nightmare, to be perfectly honest.
If it makes you feel any better, I think that fan is an asshole.
Yeah, he shouldn't have won.
Well, he's just not funny.
Yeah.
Ah, and I hear Ted in the background too. So I'm on the phone with Ted and Ron, and we're calling Rich Voss and Corey Kahaney. It's like we're gangbanging or something.
Right. He's not funny. You know what? He got sympathy. They totally handed him that win.
He got sympathy, or the other option is, as we know, is people are better with the computer than my people.
Better with the computer?
Asians, they build computers.
Uh-huh. Oh, so you think he rigged the voting?
You a comic at in a past life?
Who?
You.
I'd sort of like to think I'm a comic now, but I do like the stupid prank call thing. I don't do stand-up. I do like spontaneous comedy, but it's all prank calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I think that was really big with the Turkey Boys.
Yeah, with the Turkey.
That's Corey Kahaney putting me down. Big. Now, rather than call myself a prank caller, I would prefer to henceforth be known as a improvisational telephone comedian.
About 20 years ago. I know, that's what everybody says.
No, it's good. Look, the Comedy Central's got a huge success with it. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, you know that douchebag stole one of my calls.
You know what else you might want to look into in the future? Impressions. Impressions of politicians. People love that. You could make a mint.
You know that douchebag from the Man Show? He did some calls on cranky actors?
Okay, now I'm remembering this call, and this is the part that Dick Measley probably had a problem with, because I'm about to accuse one of his beloved comedians of stealing my material, and I would say, if I were to go on record, I would say that it is a coincidence, because there has been for a long time a prank call on KDKprankcalls.com called what the fuck is it called? Forgotten prosthetic leg or something. And it's a call that I did to a restaurant while I was doing an impression of my friend Kevin's mother, who has a fake prosthetic leg. And I was calling to see if I had forgotten and left my fake prosthetic leg there. And sure enough, Adam Carolla did that call on season 1 of Crank Yankers. He does his Ned character or whatever the fuck it is, and he's calling up a lost and found, trying to see if he left his leg behind. And you know, that wouldn't be enough for me to even call that a coincidence. That is just so far off base that I wouldn't even say it's an unlikely coincidence, except for the fact that he uses one of the lines from the prank call, which is, God always be with you, which is not like a common line that you're going to say to many people. So that's what leads me to believe that at some point in doing research for Crank Yankers, Adam Carolla stumbled upon our site, listened to the call, and ripped us off. I stand by it.
Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla.
He stole one of my calls.
He stole one of your calls.
I do a call on my website called Forgotten Prosthetic Leg, and he did that call, and he even used one of the lines from that call in his call. Isn't that ridiculous?
You don't think it was just a possibility that
it's a very slim,
could have been trumped by his?
It's a very, very slim chance, but I have a feeling he was surfing for prank call sites and listening to some, and he probably heard that one, and I don't know if he knows where he stole it from, but he probably heard it and osmosed it into his act.
Yeah.
If you'd like to call it that.
Who are you? What
I'm nobody.
Do you have?
What?
No, you have an internet radio show?
It's an internet radio show. It's on every Saturday night at 11 o'clock, and if I'm lucky, like 200 people listen. It's nothing.
Oh, hey!
Did I say 11 o'clock? Honey, have we ever been on at 11 o'clock? Where the fuck did I get 11 o'clock from? You know, I never even realized that. All the times I've heard this call, I never even realized it until now. I get in the wrong time for the show. We start at 10 o'clock. There was like a month there where we started at 8 o'clock on Mondays until I couldn't make it on a Monday, so I did it on a Saturday, and I realized, wow, a lot more people listen on Saturday because they don't have to be at school in the morning. And being that the show is so fucking immature, a large percentage of the audience is still in school. I'm very gassy, because while I'm listening, I'm pounding beers. Oh, that was a burp.
What's your name?
My name is KDK.
Hey, KDK's parents. Nice to hear from you. How you doing?
KDK's parents?
Everybody says that. Everybody says you sound like a teenager. And then when they find out how old I really am, they say, you don't just lie and say you're a teenager. It blows my mind that I'm at an age that people think is like so old you're geriatric. I'm 33 years old, and people who are 15 years old think of 33 as like older than their parents. And that's me, and still doing prank calls like the loser that I am, sitting in my apartment while my boyfriend plays GameCube in the other room, drinking beers by myself and smoking weed. Hey, you want to smoke some weed? You don't want to smoke? Smoke. Peer pressure. Oh, that reminds me. Big news tomorrow. No, I'm not talking about the Super Bowl because who gives a flying fuck about the Super Bowl, right? But after the Super Bowl on Fox is going to be the world premiere of American Dad, the new series from Seth MacFarlane. No, not the guy from Spawn who does the crappy video games and movies, but the guy who created Family Guy and does the voices of a lot of the characters on the show. So I'm dying to see that. Honey, remind me to set the VCR to record the Super Bowl so I can see the ads and American Dad afterwards. You hear? Remind me to record American Dad because it's not like we can't go download it like right after the show is off the air. Like 10 minutes after the show is off the air, it'll be up on BitTorrent sites and everything. You can get it off of IRC and everything, but I'll use my DVD recorder because I haven't used it much since I got it. I love the concept of having a DVD recorder, except I went and bought like a copy of the TV Guide like 2 weeks ago. And TV Guide doesn't give you listings for every day, all day, every day anymore. You know, they have like, they list prime time for Monday through Friday, and then for weekdays they have like a section called weekdays, which doesn't take into account stations that play different shows on different days. You know, like Sci-Fi Channel will have like a different marathon of a different show on like every day during the day. Or like movie channels have different movies every day, but apparently they don't take that into account. So I can't like look through the TV Guide while I'm taking a shit and like circle stuff that I want to record and then go program it because I never fucking watch TV anymore. Man. So I haven't even used this fucking thing. It's the coolest thing to have. It's like a VCR that records on DVD. How cool is that? But still, I never fucking use it because I don't know when anything is on, when anything worth watching is on anymore. Back to Rich Boss and Corey.
I figured if you said 200 people listening, maybe your parents were among them.
No.
A lot of stranger people since he talked to you.
Believe it or not, even a douchebag like me has fans.
You know what? You got to get a thicker skin.
No, I'm just kidding around. I know I'm great at what I do, but
You got to have a thick skin.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Trust me.
Next year, you audition for Last Comic Standing. I mean, they're going to eat you alive.
You ever hear of Blackout.com?
Blackout.com?
Talks a lot of shit about me on the air and everything.
They do?
Oh yeah, all the time, constantly.
God, this has been one of the career highlights for me. But Boss really wants to get back on the air. Let us put him over to you.
Boss wants to. Hey, Boss.
Why do you have thin skin? You upset? Are you depressed? Or...
No, not at all. I don't have thin skin.
How old are you?
I feel belittled by being in the presence of such greatness. Seriously, I'm not being facetious.
How old are you? Like 19 or 16?
No, I'm 32 years old. That's the saddest part of all.
Are you 32?
I'm 32.
You're not doing this out of your house, are you?
I'm doing this out of my living room.
Out of your living room?
Yeah. And if that's not even pathetic enough, on top of that, I'm gay too.
You're gay? Don't you wish a train would drive to your living room right now?
You know, ironically enough, we live right next to the train tracks.
Now you're gay and you live in your living room. I mean, you're in your living room.
Yeah.
Being gay is not pathetic, though.
I got a beer in my hand and a bowl on the table.
Do you think you have any hot chicks listening to your show?
Yeah, actually, a lot of them.
Hot ones on a Saturday? You think any hot chicks would email?
I think so.
Well, if they're listening now, hot chicks, richross.com.
Okay, there you go.
Look at my website. I want some hot chicks, and not no fatties.
Okay. Hey, boss.
What?
Would you put up a link to my site?
Well, I don't know how to do that. I'll ask my web. I really don't know how to do that.
Remember when you were starting out, how cool it would have been if somebody bigger than you would have done a lot to help you? That would do a lot to help me.
What's the name of your... I'll ask my web guy. I don't know how to do that stuff. What is it?
It's hard to remember. It's KDK, the letter K, letter D, letter K.
So, you know what you do? Tell me, listen to me.
Yeah.
Go to my website.
Yeah.
You see the guy that runs it, Streetcar Media?
Yeah.
And email him, say you can put a link to my site.
Okay. That would be awesome, man.
So, he'll do it, I'm sure, because, make sure. Don't have any of your dumb fans doing this.
Not to sound like a prick or anything, but if you go to Alexa.com and do a search on KDKPrankCalls.com and RichVoss.com, if you were actually to do a link exchange, he would have ended up making out in the deal, because more people visit my site than his. But, there you go. He never put up a link.
No, I'll do it myself. Nobody else out there give him any hassle. I'll do it myself, and I'll send
someone listening right now. I try something stupid, but this is for you.
Okay.
I'm going to my website, find out my web guy, and ask him. I mean, I wouldn't know how to do it if I couldn't do it anyhow. He does my site. I can't do that, right? I don't do that stuff.
Well, if you don't know how to do it, you can't do it, right?
Well, I can't do it because he does my site. So
yeah. I'll put up a link to richvoss.com or whatever. Okay? I'm sure it won't help you much, but I'll do it nonetheless.
I've hot girls email me.
Yes. Hot girls send you pics. You like vagina close-ups or what?
No, just I like pretty faces. I like the whole body. It doesn't have to be like diva shots. Just like pretty, cute girls.
Okay.
That live in New Jersey, New York area. They want to fool around. Where are you based out of?
We're in Connecticut, so we have a lot of people in the area.
All right, New Jersey, New York girls don't want to fool around. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's what it's about. And,
You know what we get? We get a lot of, weird bisexual girls who listen because we're bisexual. We get a lot of weird bisexual girls. So they do, weird shit with you.
If it's a hot transvestite that's under, 5'5".
Oh, you know, there's transvestites.
No, all transvestites are 6 feet to 7 feet.
Okay.
A hot one, a hot one that's about 5'5". It really looks like a girl.
Yeah.
And he's got to be cut.
You want to hear who else we pranked tonight?
Who?
We pranked Bob Denver. We pranked...
Really? Bob Denver is dead, isn't he?
No, he's still alive.
The guy from Gilligan's Island.
He would be so pissed at you to hear you say that.
Bob Denver from Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, he was Gilligan.
Yeah.
And then we pranked Lamont from Sanford and Son.
Oh, really? He's a sister or something.
Yeah, we pranked Lamont from Sanford and Son, and we pranked some guy who was in Billy Madison. He was a dick.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember. What was his name? I can't remember his name. Josh Mostel. Yeah, he was a dick.
All right.
Don't work with him.
That's good. I'm not going to work with him. All right, hot girls, hot transvestites under 5'7". Got to be cut. What else?
Piercing? Tattoos?
I got tattoos. I don't care. You know, it doesn't turn me on if a girl or guy. I'm not guy. I mean, I don't give a fuck if a girl has tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't excite me. You know, as long as they're not going to mind that I'm dropping hot loads on her back and moving her.
Bukkake.
You know, I don't want her to get upset about that. Mr. Boss's goo is dripping down her, you know, little fucking dumb gothic tattoo.
Yeah.
But are you there with a partner?
Yeah, my boyfriend is sitting next to me.
Oh, really? You a bottom or a top?
Top.
How come when people say bottom or top can't, like you're a top, right? And you like switch up, don't you ever go on the bottom?
Every once in a while. Not often.
Oh, but it means like bottom and top mean like is the top the controller?
No.
Like no?
No, it's just I don't like the back door.
Oh, but he likes to get banged?
Yeah.
You know, I was arguing with someone saying that.
I do it once in a while, but not unless I have to.
Tell the truth. I was arguing with somebody. I was saying to somebody, it's more gay for two guys to kiss than two guys to blow each other, right?
No.
Don't you think it's like you think two guys blowing each other is more gay than two guys kissing?
Of course.
No.
If you're kissing, it's like there's no sex contact. It's just
but if you're kissing, that's more intimate. That's why hookers don't kiss you.
Well, the women take it more personal. Men aren't like that.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm not like that. Are you? You don't make a big deal out of kissing a chick.
Oh, but I like kissing a chick. But this guy that was blowing me said it's not gay. He said he tricked me.
Voss, you are the coolest. Everybody out there, go to richvoss.com.
All right.
You are the coolest guy, man.
I'm all right.
Check out the website, kdkprankcalls.com.
All right. Remember, email my web guy and tell him to put a link.
Okay. You are the coolest, man. Listen to some calls. I can tell just from your sense of humor you'll get a kick out of them. They're dirty and crazy. Okay, take it easy, man.
Oh, hot transvestites and girls.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. What?
This call was brought to you by KDKPrankCalls.com.
And you're right, they are dirty and crazy, and that's why there's a warning right up there on the top banner every time you go to the site, warning, explicit website, because I'm not going to censor myself because kids might come to the site. Hell, a lot of kids listen to the prank calls, but you know what? They can go other places and see videos of guys getting fucked up the ass by donkeys, which is a video that I saw earlier this week. I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. I actually did see a video of a guy getting fucked up the ass by a horse. Maybe a donkey. I'm not sure. You can't really tell from the penis. Oh, I just forced myself to laugh. Well, at least someone's laughing here, and it's me, apparently. Because we only got 45 people listening on PCU, and 31 on Wild Bunch, which I cannot see how the Loose Shit Kids would not dig a program like this. How can little 12-year-old kids not be into a prank call show? But anyway, that was my Rich Voss prank call, and I had to play that because I'm setting up this tirade that I'm going to go off here on this Dick Measley throughout the evening. Perhaps I won't do it all now. Perhaps I'll intersperse it liberally throughout the program tonight so that you guys can you don't have to sit and listen to the whole thing at once. But what I'm going to do, okay, here's what happened. This Dick Measley person is picking on me because he thinks Rich Voss owned me and he made me his bitch because I dared step out of line with him. Okay, apparently he was listening to a different call than we just listened to, because I didn't edit anything out of that call except maybe like a few numbers and a name, you know. I'm not trying to edit stuff to make myself look better. That's, as a matter of fact, from that call I look bad, because I'm all self-deprecating and stuff like that. But that's okay. But anyway, this person chose to pick a fight with me, and I had never heard of him before. And all I had to say to him is, well, you've obviously heard of me before, but I have no idea on God's green earth who the fuck you are. I don't know who Dick Measley is, and I didn't know who Dick Measley was until I went to his website, which looks like it's designed by an 8-year-old kid using GeoCities free site builder. But he did manage to have a working link up there to some of his stand-up comedy, which I downloaded, and that's what I'm going to play next, just to prove a point that when you're gonna pick on somebody and try to belittle somebody and make them feel bad about themselves, make sure that you're better. Okay, that might be a good place to start. Anyway, I'm going to go take a piss while you guys listen to Biff Naked.
Combined, I am Captain Planet! Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. He's a power magnified, and he's fighting on the planet side. Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. Gonna help him put us under bad guys who like to loot and plunder. You can be one too, so saving our planet is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not the way. Hear what Captain Planet has to say. Power is yours!
And we're back. And the cats are creating a ruckus in the background because they're being fed. You hear everybody singing in the background? And then the bowl goes to the floor and everybody gets silent. If I could get there with a microphone, all you would hear is cats lip smacking. And some of them, they're still crying even though the food is right in front of them. Because they didn't want the food, they wanted you to pick them up and pet them. But he was crying too. Well, yeah. I have the phone card in front of me here. And that was Captain Planet for the Lucy people, because they're probably in the chat room requesting it, even though I haven't looked at the chat room in the past half an hour or so. But I'm going to go now. Oh, there's only 24 people in the chat room, so that's a good sign, I guess. I'm going to go and find a name for somebody, and I'm using a different phone card, a different style of phone card that I'm used to, one that will hopefully forward my number to the people that I'm calling, so I don't get calls at 6 in the morning from somebody saying, did you make a weird call to me last night, and I end up having to prank them again. That's the key. Whenever somebody calls you back and says, did you prank me, prank them again. Yell at them for pranking you. That's what I did. I yelled at them for waking me up. Anyway, it looks like... Who do I want to call first? Here's a number that's jumping out at me, so I'm going to give it a call. And let me play some dialing music whilst I do. The drawback of trying to do a spontaneous live prank call show.
Hello, I'm unable to answer now. Please leave your name, number.
Well, I tried to hack the machine, which I can do sometimes, but not with that type of machine. Let's try someone else.
Hello?
Hello, how you doing, queer? Is this Mr. Queer Family. This is Mrs. Rosenthal from down at the center.
Here, my dad, okay?
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing, dear? This is Mrs. Rosenthal from down at the center. We were looking at the x-rays, and we noticed a smudge or a spot or something, so we're going to need you to come down.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm speaking to Mr. Queer, and this is Mrs. Rosenthal, and I personally made it my life's mission to protect the world from lung cancer, because as you can hear, I suffered from it myself.
You got the wrong person.
Last time you were in the hospital, when they took the chest x-rays, I'm looking at them here, and it doesn't look entirely dissimilar to my own. And I'm just trying to give you a heads up. Maybe they can crack you open and cut you out in time to save you.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot.
Wait. What is that ruckus going on over there when I'm trying to do phone calls? Honey? Can you make me some bourbon? Please? Yes. One. No, 2 burgers, 1 hash brown. There's room on there for 4.
Hi, this is... Can you please leave your name and number after the beep?
And I'll 1 burger and 2 hash browns.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, how you doing, Denny? It's me, it's Chuckles. I was calling to see if you made it home last night because you were really ripped when you left the bar. I was afraid that you wouldn't make it home safely, so I'm calling to see that you're okay. And when you get this message, give me a call so that I know that you didn't get arrested or an accident or anything like that. Peace out, bro. Where is everybody? Man, voicemail.
Voicemail's no good. Fuck. I'm gonna give it one more try, then take a break. And we're back. And I'm just checking out the IMs, see what people are saying. And, Ryan says I could visit you on your birthday. That would be cool. You want company for my birthday? 1 year closer to death. Ray June says you've got a cat. I heard one. We got more than one. We got 3 cats here. We got 2 beautiful purebred Siamese cats. Lovely, wonderful cats. And then we have this little shit mutt. Which would have been free from the pound, but we spent $200 at the mall for him. Yeah, he's cute. They're all very nice kitties. Because we're very nice people, and we raise our children up from kittenhood. So they all have very pleasant, friendly dispositions. We have lovely, wonderful cats who like to talk in the program sometimes. Maybe if I lean in, they'll say something. Hello. You want to say something, or just smell the microphone? It's smoky in here from burgers that you hear frying in the background. Hello, mouse. Hello, mouse. Say hello, mouse. Sticking your tongue out like a retard. Nobody wants to talk. I lean in with the microphone. They think it's a toy. No, honey, there's only 3 patties. Give me 1 burger and 2 hash browns. Yes. It was your idea to have the burgers. Here. Quick, so I can get the phone. Thank you.
Hello, how are you doing, dear? You're live on Jill's Lunatic Fringe.
Hello.
Tonight's discussion is about throat cancer and the survivors left behind. What do you have to add to our topic?
That's one left behind.
Oh, you're one of those left behind. God has left you behind, besotted with the lung.
God loves me, that's why he gave me the lung cancer.
Yes, Jesus loves you. Cancer is love.
That's right, it grows inside you.
How you doing, bro? Everybody everybody Ted, the owner and operator of PCU Prank Call Underground Radio.
And I sit here kneeling before the deceased PCU server at the moment.
What happened?
Well, I don't know what happened, but I must have had a power surge because three pieces of hardware failed for me in the same night. Both CD-ROM drives on my computer and the hard drive in the PCU server all in the same night.
It's hacksaws.
It's haters trying to take down PCU.
Yeah, it's Radio Prank. I noticed they're back on the Shoutcast. Did you notice?
Oh yeah, Radio Prank probably hacked in and updated the microcode on all of my pieces of hardware, caused them to kill themselves.
That's what I thought. They committed CD carry. DVD carry. Well, you probably have a power supply thing. Something fried them all. So it was like a surge or a brownout.
Probably a brownout because I have surge protectors, but probably a brownout did it.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks.
So what does that mean? We need to spend money on the PCU server now? So
well, I went out and bought. I went out and bought new memory today, so I spent $50 on that because at first I'm like, okay, maybe it's just the memory that went bad. Then it wouldn't boot anymore. And then I looked at the error log, and it just complaining about the hard drive had developed, like, pretty much the entire drive is bad sectors. But thank God I backed up all the pranks on a different computer.
Nice. So you didn't lose any pranks?
No.
Awesome.
But
yes.
Yeah. So I always I have them. I have the entire directories mirrored on my other computer. But that hard drive survived. So.
Awesome. So that means you got to beg for donations. So everybody go to
beg. Please
go to KDKPrankCalls.com and click on the link for PCU
My name is
Radio.
Steve. I used to be hooked on crack, but now I'm off and trying to stay clean. That's why I'm asking for PCU donations.
There you go. 24-hour prank calls. How cool is that? If you're somebody who's even on PCU, you owe it to Ted to at least subscribe for the goddamn $2 a month, you cheap ass. Monkey phone's always whining. Did you put my calls on? Did you put my calls on? Have their parents donate fucking $2 a month, and then put the prank calls on. Really, seriously. You cheap ass. They go and donate.
They take and they don't give back.
Well, now we got a reason because now you got to buy new shit, and it's going to come out of your pocket if people don't help pay for it, right?
Right.
Right. So everybody go and pay your shit.
So I told my brother about the Canadian incident.
Hang on a second. I do believe I ordered a hash brown.
What the fuck?
I'm inquiring about...
Is somebody cooking, or...?
Keith is cooking dinner. I'm inquiring about my dinner. I have a burger in front of me, but no hash browns.
Oh, shit. You buy it.
I was led to understand there would be hash browns. Anyway, what were you saying?
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I was telling my brother about the Canadian incident, and he actually thought it was funny. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Sometimes when you tell a story to somebody else.
I thought it was kind of funny, but I didn't want to say that to you, because then I was afraid you'd get mad that I was, like, poo-pooing, like, your problem. But I get people calling me after every show. Well, recently, while I was using that old card.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in the last program... somebody called at 6 in the morning. Somebody we had called like at 2 in the morning, called back at 6 and woke me up. And I started yelling at her for waking me up. And it happened once live on the air. If you listen to the current show up at KDKPrankCalls.com, in the last hour of the program, somebody that we pranked earlier in that night calls us back. And I end up yelling at her as Edgar for waking me up and bothering an 87-year-old man. And she was like, I'm sorry, and hangs up, you know. She was apologizing to me when she was calling to accuse me of doing shit and threatened to call the cops on me. Instead, she was apologizing.
Oh, wait, there's
Yeah.
Neo's asking for something here. She says, please tell KDK that one of the new people are trying to throw me out of the chat room. So far, they've done it 5 times, and I'm about to rip open some heads.
Uh-oh, well, the only people who are up are Satan and Sean Ward, so I think Sean Ward is idle. I think he's gone out with his hottie. And I don't think Satan would be booting Neo for no reason. Unless people are pinging timing out her. Whatever.
Booting a Duce?
Well, if Neo, if you're getting pings, kick people.
Oh,
I didn't even op you. I didn't even see you in there. Let me op you too. I'm sorry.
I just got in now.
Okay. Do you feel like calling people? Okay.
Sure, why
I can
not?
tell from your pause that you don't really want to.
No, just because I had wires in my hand. Okay. Oh, I got to tell you, my brother has. He's stopping by tonight, but it might end up being too late to even try doing the call. But he was asking me if I would do a call. He's an architect, and he got somebody sent some plans to his office to ask if they could design, which is essentially a sphere that's floating on water, which is some kind of museum or something. And I said, oh, that would be perfect for Jack because it's a bubble.
What was that, honey? What?
I got 2 oven cooks and I got 2 pan cooks. Which one do you want?
The ones from the oven are probably greasier, or less greasy, I mean. I'm sorry, what was that? I heard something about the sphere building.
Well, yeah, some construction company or something wants to build some kind of suspended sphere over the water, and I don't know what the hell the building's going to serve as, but my brother thinks it's like the most wacky idea.
You mean it's like a public building or houses?
I don't know what it's going to. I think it's like a museum or something.
Around here, we have a test home that was set up by some company, given to some family for free. It's a building made entirely of styrofoam. So it's supposed to be like incredibly well insulated and like watertight, and like literally Noah's flood could come and these people would be floating on top.
Maybe it's something like that.
It's like an airtight styrofoam building you can see in the town of New Fairfield, Connecticut. It's awesome. But anyway, you want to call those people and ask, and Jack wants to ask if he can buy the plans for his house or something?
No, I should call someone else because they're not going to be home. It's a business, so it's something I have to do with my brother, like during the day, and record it.
That would be cool. Does your brother do good voices and stuff?
I don't know. He's never done pranks, but he has done stand-up comedy.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect.
So he was saying like he always wanted to try stand-up comedy, so he just put together a bit and got up on stage.
How'd it go?
He said it went pretty well. He ended up talking about dirty stuff, but that's
yeah.
That's when you're on the spot, that's the easiest thing to talk about apparently.
Right. I'm looking through the numbers. I am God says, hi, I love KDK. God loves KDK.
Really?
And God commands you to donate to Ted. Neo is fucking booting me for no reason. I begin to hate KDK. She's booting me. Somebody named Behave says.
She's reverting to her old chat room behaviors.
Is she really?
I don't know, I'm just guessing. I just saw something that says, I'm not in a good mood, so fuck with me right now.
Monkey Phone Mark says, I'll donate $50 billion.
Well, I'll take half of that.
Whatever a kerbillion is.
But you're cheap bastards.
There's an article in the paper, like the local paper here in Connecticut, wherever E-Bomb lives. He lives nearby around here somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. E-Bomb is a millionaire off of doing basically what we do, except we do it without fucking banner ads and pop-ups and shit.
Yeah, because I've given out the URL to his site to people at work even.
Yeah.
Like, I work across from this guy named Steve, and he loves to talk about office space all day, so I pointed him to the Lumberg soundboard.
Yeah.
So, and that's on E-Bomb.
But what would happen if you had a site that was as cool as that, but the owner wasn't interested in being a millionaire, but was merely happy with being like 100,000 there?
I'm not asking for much.
You only had like 2 pop-ups instead of things coming up all over the place and embedded in the flash, so you can't get rid of it and shit.
Yeah, whenever I visit that site, my pop-up blocker like rings like an arcade machine.
Well, not only that, but they have stuff embedded in the page, like built into the flash, so it won't be stopped by a pop-up.
Yeah, it's like when you click on a file to download it, then it takes you to another page.
Yeah, exactly.
With a file link and then more.
Yeah, that's how he fakes his hits, because okay, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to watch it. No, it's going to be another page saying click here to watch it, and then another page. And he makes people go through like 3 or 4 pages for every single file they want to watch, and that's why he's in the top 500 on the internet.
Yeah.
With fucking bogus hits.
When I wasn't making money, but when Ted Web, when I had that page, I kind of tried to do something similar, like cram a bunch of ads, and then whenever you tried to when I had the download database for pranks.
I remember that.
And then you would click on something, try to download it, then it would take you to a page, but there'd be banner ad at the top or bottom when you went to download it.
Yeah.
And so I ended up getting, it generated like $30 a month, but it wasn't, and that was just over, I was only doing it for a few months and no one really knew about the page, but I guess if you had thousands of hits every day, you would...
You made $30?
Well, $30 a month wasn't much, but...
Yeah, but if I did that with our site, we'd be making probably a couple hundred.
Probably. But see...
Have you seen the hits lately?
No, I haven't looked.
Booyah, hits are way up. For
Yeah.
this past week, hits are way up.
I spammed a couple.
Web hasn't lost their fucking data for a month now.
I noticed that the KDK prank calls during the day is like slow to respond, like especially the bulletin board.
Because it's very busy. Because you got people listening to old shows and prank calls and playing with soundboards.
Yeah.
So it slows down.
Actually, one time I visited your page, it said something like, "This site has exceeded its bandwidth." That happened to me once during the day.
That should never happen.
Right, it's supposed to be unlimited. Well, it's not unlimited. Oh, okay.
No, it's not unlimited, but 5 gigs a day, and we haven't broken 2 gigs yet, so they can't be giving me shit. They're guaranteeing me 5 gigs a day. I've never seen that before. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, well, sometimes at my lunch at work, I'll visit the bulletin board, and it'll be really, really slow. And usually what that means is it's not bandwidth. Like the PHP code executes on their server.
Yeah.
So that means their servers can't handle the load.
Well, if you've noticed, they switched servers because the server we were on died like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So they've had us on a temporary server until they get like a new server for us.
Oh wow! So they're kind of a
They're like a mom and pop place, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like they probably have no more than like 200 or 300 clients. It's a very small company. It's a very good deal, but you got to deal with shit like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna call some other number. We'll save the.
Let's try one of Neo's numbers. Maybe that'll make her feel better.
Yeah. Neo, take 3 deep breaths.
Okay, I'm going to try to say this name, and I know I'm probably going to get it all wrong. Slawomir Sukienik.
Jesus Christ.
My thoughts exactly. Anyway, let's play some background music while I dial here. Okay, here we go. Who wants to start out?
I can. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes?
Hi. This is Jack. How are you tonight, sir?
Okay.
Hey, can I get my tools back from you?
You got something on there, buddy. All right?
No, I don't. Hey, don't steal my shit.
Have you seen that Sean is interested in doing his own prank call radio show?
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if he wants to continue calling it 404.FM, but he's interested in doing a show after Lunatic Fringe.
Oh, cool. So that means if I ever decide to do one, I pick a different day.
You want me to tell him to pick a different day?
No. Actually, that time is actually bad for me anyways.
Yeah.
So I'd probably do it like on a Friday night, which is usually best for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, if you want to, I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to help get him set up. But I use SAM 2, and they just upgraded to SAM 3, which I don't use, and I don't know if there's a crack release for it yet.
What? Somebody sent me a crack for it.
For SAM 3?
Yeah, while we were on the air. I was
okay.
asking for. Let me see if I still have it saved.
Well, forward it to me or forward it to Sean. Yeah, forward it to me because maybe I can upgrade to the new version. Maybe that's a little better. I'm not sure. I've never even seen it before.
It's not all that different.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They probably
just another way to suck $200 out of people.
Really? It's fucking expensive for this simple, retarded little program. They want fucking $200 for a license for it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But anybody who wants to do a broadcast with it, they figure you gotta pay, otherwise they're gonna bust it. Well, I paid for SAM 2. And that's
you paid for it, really?
No.
Oh.
Wait, yes. That's my story.
Oh, I found it, dude. Sam 3 cereal.
Awesome. Well, after the program, send it to me if you remember, or I'll remind you on AIM sometime.
Well, are you on PCU Live? No, you're not on there.
Well, don't send it now. A file transfer during the show might slow us down or knock us off.
No, it's just text. It's just a serial number.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to send me a crack.
I'll email it to you.
Okay, that's cool.
But my brother's pulling up, so I gotta run.
Okay, peace out, bro. Thank you for calling in. It's good to hear you on Lunatic Fringe again.
Yeah. Well, take care, man. And you cheap bastards.
Donate. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Seriously. Now, you just heard, firsthand where your money goes when you donate to PCU Radio. It goes to buy a new hard drive so that the fucking server doesn't crash every day at fucking 3 a.m. in the morning. Ugh. PCU's been doing so fucking crappy lately. It's good to see PCU's numbers high now, because this is the highest they've been probably since our last program, because we've been sucking out so bad, because we've had so much downtime in the past couple months, and because fucking Radio Prank is back trying to steal our mojo. Anyway, if anybody feels like calling in, feel free to do so. I'm going to go take a piss, because I've been drinking beer this whole while. And we're back, and everybody's writing to me complaining about Neo, so I just went into the chat room to remind Neo to chill out, because I don't know what's going on in the chat room, but people are complaining about Neo. But of course, she could be perfectly innocent. KDK's Lunatic Fringe are on the air.
Hello.
Guess what? You get to listen to me eating hash browns, because I just ate my burger after my piss, and now I'm eating hash browns. I'm pouring out my ketchup. See if I had a webcam you could watch. How you doing tonight?
Oh, okay.
Everybody, salad fingers. Say hello, everybody. Salad fingers. What do you have bizarre and disturbing to say tonight?
I don't know. Do I usually have something?
What's that?
Do I usually have something bizarre?
Only when you call people. And accuse them of stealing your rusty tea kettle. You called at a bad time.
Okay.
Can you call back in like 5 minutes?
Sure.
Because I'm eating what's left of my dinner here.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Peace out. That was Ryan from the chat room, and he's going to call back hopefully in a couple minutes when I'm done eating my food. And in the meantime, let me play one of these new prank calls that I haven't played yet. And let me find something of proper length, because I would imagine it's going to take me 2 to 3 minutes to finish eating this here. So let me find something. Okay. This will work. Trechette the Escort.
Hello? This is Mr. Rosenthal, and I'm looking for Latressa.
You're looking for who?
Trechette or Latressa. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but I'm just reading it here. I'm not sure how to say it.
Oh, hold on.
In my day, everybody had normal names like Bob and Sharon or something.
Hello?
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 Trechette.
Hello?
Trechette.
What?
How are you doing, dear?
Who is it?
Listen, I was given your phone number by Agnes, who says that you do escorting for lonely elderly men such as myself.
What?
Well, you know Agnes.
Agnes?
Well, Agnes knows you, and she said, she told me about how you do the escorting for the elderly gentlemen, and I am one.
Escorting.
You're not doing the escorting?
I don't know how escorting. I don't know who's playing on my phone.
Maybe it was Latressa then, because it says here Trechette or Latressa. Ask for them.
Trechette or Latressa?
Yeah.
Escorting? What you mean?
Whoever does the escorting.
Nobody ever do no escorting.
Nobody? What?
Who gave you my number?
I just want someone to go out to dinner with.
You got the wrong number.
You don't want to go out to dinner?
Well, I didn't want to ask if she was still doing that hoeing, because I...
Awesome. You're a pro.
Hello?
Hello, Aviva.
Yes?
What's up, girl? How you living? What you saying, girl?
Who's this?
This is MC Concept speaking. We met about a year and a half ago, and you gave me a number, but, you know, like if something I said offended you, and you said I was small time, and I was talking about my rap career, you don't remember? And you said, well, call me when you get a hit record. Well, I got a hit record, girl, so I'm calling you. What's up?
Where'd you
get it? Yeah, this is MC Concept speaking. You ain't seen me on BET? I figured for sure you would have seen me on like MTV or something, and you would have expected my call.
Hello, who is it?
Yeah, this is MC Concept speaking.
Who are you looking for?
I'm a major label rap star.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Aviva.
What do you want?
Well, she told me to call her when I had a hit record, and I got a hit record now, so I was calling her to say what's up.
Not sure what you're looking for.
What are you looking for? Who's this?
Oh, man. I was hoping we were going to have a fight.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
That one's for all my friends out there. Okay, let's see who we're going to call. Let me go back to the chat room. I'm done eating. I put my plate aside. I'm done eating. And, hopefully the potatoes will mop up some of the liquor that's in me, because I'm feeling very shitty. I mean, like, not feeling bad. I mean, like, I'm shitty drunk. This shitty clip sucks. Stop it now. Neo is just cranky from the piss ants, says Master. Okay, so apparently people have been going in and picking fights and picking on Neo and not realizing that she has the power to boot and ban them and getting their ass handed to them. So good for them. Reclute is telling me that he just now got CDs that I said probably close to a month ago. I wonder why the fuck it took so long. And Reclute, when he ordered the CDs, he asked me to do something special to personalize the CDs for him. So I took the cat and I stuck her paw on the stamp pad and I stamped her paw print on the CDs. That was Mouse's paw print, Mouse's little paw print. She spent about an hour licking ink off of her paw. Because I'm a bad pet owner. Oh man. Neil says, I'm sorry I lost my temper in the chat, KDK. That's okay, Neil. I understand people are picking on you. I know how it goes, because the same thing always happens, because it's always the same people. Mobile says, call my friend Trevor. I'm telling you, he's dumb as hell and funny. Let's try to give Trevor a call. What the hell?
Hello? Oh! Well, that was weird. I picked up the phone to call people while you called, so the phone never rang, but there you are.
Oh, okay. Here I am.
It's like a psychic connection. You called to tell us about fluoride.
Fluoride? Well, I don't know if I was working tonight too well. I was trying to do that voice earlier, and I don't know if I quite remember.
You gotta listen to her again.
Yeah.
Anyway, how has your week been?
Not bad. Not good.
Now that I had a couple beers and I ate something, I think next we're going to move on to the weed. Lovely programming out here. Next I'll be popping pills and shooting up, right? And doing lines.
Probably not.
No, definitely not, but... do you feel like calling somebody?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, let me see who we can call here. We got, let's call Mobile's friend, Trevor the dumb guy.
Alright.
Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, dumb Trevor.
Hi, I'm unable to answer my phone right now. Please give me a call and get back to you. Bye.
Leave a message. Hey, Michael, where'd you get those dog treats? I've been looking for them. The ones shaped like circus animals. I wanted the one, you know, the one of the bear and the pointy hat and the tutu? I want to give that to my dog. Tell me where you find them, because I've looked at every store, every pet shop. They don't have them. You know where to get them. Call me back, Michael. Tell me.
Where did you get Michael from?
I just picked a random name.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you forgot his name. His name was Trevor.
Yeah.
But he wasn't answering the phone anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
No.
We got... Okay, Islam.
Hey, Michael. How's it going?
How are you?
Good. I tried on those shoes. They're not fitting. They're a little big. Are you sure you wore a 10.5?
What kind of shoes?
The shoes. Your hand-me-downs. The shoes you gave me. I'm gonna send them back to you, okay?
I don't understand. Which shoes?
The shoes you sent me a pair of your shoes, and they're a little big on me. It's like clown shoes because they're too big. You know how clowns have floppy shoes? That's what these shoes are like. They don't fit right. I'm gonna send them back to you, okay? I appreciate it. I really do.
I don't know who told me. This is my house number. Who's calling from?
I'm calling from Connecticut. From
Connecticut?
From Canada, yes.
This is who's looking for? Which people?
I'm looking for Michael. I've got his shoes.
This is the Michael number, my friend.
Yeah, I think you know the shoes I'm talking about.
Listen, my friend, this is not Michael number. This is the house, family number. This is not business.
Yeah. Okay. I see where you're going with this. What do you want me to do? Give them Goodwill?
This is business, a big house, family number, phone. This is who tell me this is?
Who told you this is?
Nobody
this
has
is
a Michael.
Greg. This is Greg.
You looking for Michael?
Yeah, I'm talking to Michael right now.
We don't nobody name Michael.
Yeah. I see where you're going with this. So you just don't want them anymore? I'll take them to the Goodwill. Give them somebody else. I don't know where's that size shoe, though.
What kind of shoes, man?
That's got to be like a 12. That's like clown shoes. That's too big.
We don't sell a shoes, man. This is house family number.
Okay. What was that you said? I couldn't hear you there.
This is house, family.
Oh, it's a family there. This is Michael.
This is not business.
Michael and his family, and they all got big shoes.
I don't know who Michael. I don't know.
You don't know Michael?
No.
Well, what are you doing in his house?
Huh?
What are you doing in his house if you don't know him?
Me?
I imagine you know Michael, or you wouldn't be in his house.
Oh, this is house. Who Michael? Who I don't know.
You don't know Michael.
Where are you from?
Tell Michael when he gets home. First of all, how'd you get into the house if you're not Michael?
I don't know.
You don't know how you got in?
No, I don't know.
This is getting all, I don't know, something's fishy about this.
Which number calling from, man?
What's number calling from?
Yeah.
I'm calling from Canada.
This is Canada. This is California, man.
This is California.
Yes.
You're calling me from California?
This is right now. This is California, man.
You're in California, and you're in Michael's house.
No Michael house, man. This is my house, man.
Your house?
Yes.
Where does Michael live?
I don't know Michael live. Nobody knows Michael over here.
fit me.
Goodbye.
Bye.
That was funny. He was completely confused.
Yeah, he was confused too. He was patient.
Yeah, you know, foreigners are a lot nicer than Americans. I noticed that.
And also, there's the point where, well, maybe I just don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saying something really profound, and I just don't get it.
Right.
Because they don't believe what you're really saying. Okay, we're calling somebody named Nishan Mula.
Okay.
Last one. I'll be right back.
Hello?
Betty, honey, this dress you gave me is tight. I can't fit into that. I'm going to need a corset.
That was funny. I'm going to try one now.
Okay.
A working old black lady.
All right.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, dear? I'm looking for Tina.
You got the wrong number.
No, Mrs. Donkey.
Huh?
Mrs. Donkey. I need Mrs. Donkey.
You got the wrong number.
No. This is Chicago, Illinois, 773-638. And you stop pretending that you're not who you're supposed to be.
Okay, well, apparently there was some wrong information there. We tried it anyway. Somebody named Yao is writing in, saying, unban us, please. Okay, I'm going to go back to the chat room and delete all the bands. And there's a fucking shit ton of bands in here. This is fucking insane. Okay, I'm going to remove all the bands, and everybody can come back in and start shit. Or behave and have some fun with us. I'll give you one choice what they're going to end up doing. They're going to get banned again. Okay.
There seem to be a lot of people missing from the chat room tonight.
Yeah, I know. The show has sucked so bad lately, we've lost a lot of listeners.
No, but I haven't seen, It's the Police, or I haven't seen Ellie.
Well, It's the Police might be mad at me, because he tried to talk to me while I was away from the keyboard yesterday, and when I got back, he was offline. So he thinks I was ignoring him on AIM, so he's holding a grudge.
Well, you just never answered?
Dude, if everybody's complaining about SB... Okay, never mind. Let me close that one out. Because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. They're not picking fights with Neo. They're ping-flooding her off the server. I gotcha. They're pinging Neo until she gets bounced from the chat room. The next time I can boot him from this chat room, I'll be gone forever. Who is that stupid Neo child booting everyone here, says Happy Prank. Apparently he's not so happy.
Neo's part of the inner circle. She's not going anywhere. So
yeah, exactly.
Anybody that's got a problem with Neo has to deal with her wrath.
You're not going to get away with picking on Neo and expecting nothing to happen. Neo is an op around here, and if you piss her off, she's going to boot and ban you and kick you and pick on you. So be nice.
Yep.
You bastards. It's as simple as that. Just be nice. Let me see what numbers are coming in here. See who else we can call. I'm going to call up Algius Magatus.
Okay.
Or something like that.
And you're going to talk, or?
Yeah, I'll start out. What the hell?
Okay.
Hello, no one is available. Please leave after the tone.
try to get into his answer machine.
Mm-hmm.
Nageta Persakar.
Hello?
Hello? I'm looking for Negida.
For whom?
I'm not really exactly sure how to pronounce it, but it looks like Negida.
Neva?
Yes, that's her.
Oh, she's in the bed. It's the bedtime.
Well, she told me to call on Saturday at midnight. She's expecting my call.
Who is this calling?
This is Mr. Rosenthal. You can call me Ed.
Would you call tomorrow?
Well, I would, but she told me to call tonight at midnight, so maybe she's expecting
At
me to wake
midnight?
up.
At midnight?
Yes, maybe she didn't want to sleep too much.
There is something wrong. She couldn't tell you that. Goodbye.
No. How could she not tell me she wanted me to call her at midnight?
Maybe she's got a curfew or something.
I didn't think of that. I would have said he told me to call after you went to bed. Negative, would that be a girl or a guy?
Sounded like it was a girl, but from...
Yeah.
Because she said she...
Yeah. You want to try again, or are we done here?
We can try one more.
Okay, Golda Suckynick.
Hello? Hey, Golda. Huh? Golda, how you doing?
Who are you?
This Brad.
Huh?
This is Brad.
What about you?
I'm calling for Golda.
What?
Golda? Am I saying that right? It was loud in that club.
You can speak in Russian?
It's a Golda.
Can you speak in Russian?
No, I only speak English.
But why you call here?
I'm calling for Golda. Is that right? Am I saying it right?
You are wrong.
I'm saying it wrong. How should I say it?
I don't understand you.
I'm having trouble understanding you also. How do I say it?
I don't understand you. What do you think?
Because we met Golda. Is there a guy there named Golda?
Again.
No, we're looking for Golda. Golda, how are you doing, dear? Hey.
Golda. Is that how...
Man, I ruined the call. Damn it. I'm a bastard. Okay, she's gone. I blew it. Well, I thought she was going to leave anyway, so I was trying to get her to stay, and it didn't work. Oh, well, I'm going to let you go because my teeth are floating.
Okay.
I need to pee.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
That was Ryan Romilk from the chat room. You can go on in and talk to him if you like by going to kdkprankcalls.com and clicking on the link for the chat room. Or if you're an IRC user, it's irc.centralchat.net, and the room is KDK. Go in there, but be nice to Neo, or else you will suffer her wrath, and don't come crying to me. Anyway, let me stop in and see what people are saying. Mr. Peepers has numbers coming in for Carlos Farto, R. Loin Stoner, and Ginny Dookie, Eugene Donkey, and Tina Donkey. And I think I read the others already. And let's see what else. That's about it. Everything seems to be calming down a little in the chat room. Big Spliff Smoker says he wants me to call George, who's probably drunk, and he wants me to talk to him about NASCAR and ask him how the booger under his nose is doing. It's time to come back to the dock room and have it checked. Okay, I'm not sure what he means by the booger under his nose, but apparently this guy's got some kind of wart or growth or facial lesion beneath his nose that they call the booger. See, I understand Peter's a little personal inner drama, isn't it? Miroslav Tuna. Miroslav Tuna. I imagine if I call somebody with a name like Miroslav Tuna, he's going to sound like Borat when I call. Oh, that's too funny. And it looks like things are calming down in the chat room. There's less people listening on Wild Bunch Radio, which is probably for the better, since it seems that most of them only listen so they can hear how badly they can fuck with whoever's on the air at the time. And I was ignoring them, so they weren't getting much fun out of me. But for the life of me, I can't even fathom that somebody would rather listen to somebody talk about how many listeners they have, rather than somebody actually trying to do a show. Wild Bunch, the first time they spammed GameFAQs, they maxed out the server pretty much. And I can't remember what show it was during. It was during some awful show. And I can't remember what it was. But just because they happened to be at the time that the spam happened, they had this influx of listeners. And all they were talking about the entire while is how many people they have listening. And the only people who were listening so that they could listen to their friends fuck with the people who are on the air. And it's a very interesting dynamic. I guess it makes for interesting internet prank call radio. And that's about it. The show ends pretty abruptly right there. This is KDK talking from the future. I'm talking to you now from Tuesday, March 1st, while I'm editing this program. And the entire last hour or so of the program is lost to the sands of time because Keith insists on fucking with my goddamn computer when I go to bed, you know. A lot of times when I'm editing KDK's Lunatic Fringe, I like to do it all at once so that I'm not editing a little bit and then saving it and then reloading it and editing a little more, because every time I do that, it degrades the sound quality. So I left it open while I went to bed, and what does he do? He closes it without saving. So the rest of the show is gone forever and ever. Amen. Oh well. It was a good show, what you heard. It was also probably what was better is what you missed. The end of my rant about Dick Measley, but oh well. It's not the first time I've lost incredibly genius material through the lack of recording. So we'll deal. Anyway, thank you all for listening to the archives. Listen to the next show when I put it up, and stay beautiful.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour. That's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way.